Have you noticed someone you love suddenly becoming irritable or withdrawn? A familiar face clouded by uncharacteristic anger or silence? What if these sudden emotional shifts are not just old age, but quiet, profound warnings the body is sending? Many people assume that mood swings, outbursts, or emotional withdrawal are simply an unavoidable part of getting older, a natural decline of temperament. But the truth is, the body often sends subtle emotional warnings months, sometimes even a year, before life reaches its final stage. The problem is, most people miss these signs because they seem small at first, easily dismissed as a bad day or a stubborn streak. It's only later, looking back, that families realize the clues were there all along. By then, it can feel too late to understand, too late to respond with the compassion and clarity that could have made a difference. Recognizing these subtle signs early gives you the invaluable opportunity to provide better care, to cherish meaningful moments, and to navigate these challenging changes with greater understanding. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 key signs of emotional volatility that often appear in the year leading up to an elderly person's passing. Some of them might be things you've noticed but brushed off. Others might be changes that seem minor but actually signal the body's gradual decline. We'll delve into the why behind these shifts, explaining the physiological and psychological factors at play. Understanding these signs early empowers you, giving you the opportunity to transform confusion into compassionate care, ensuring your loved one's final stage of life is filled with comfort, dignity, and peace. Stay with us until the end, because these 5 signs can help you prepare emotionally and practically for what's ahead. This isn't just about identifying symptoms. It's about unlocking a vital understanding that can make every remaining moment count. When you grasp the hidden language of these emotional changes, you won't be caught off guard. You'll be able to respond with patience, empathy, and informed decisions, making the most of the precious time you have left with those you love. This knowledge is your guide to providing the best possible support, ensuring their journey is as peaceful and dignified as possible. You might be sitting in the familiar comfort of your living room, perhaps discussing a simple plan for the day, when it happens. A seemingly minor suggestion about lunch, or a gentle reminder about an appointment, is met with an unexpected sharpness. A sudden uncharacteristic snap in their voice, or a look of profound irritation crosses their face. This isn't the person you know. The usual kindness or calm has been replaced by a flash of anger, a curt dismissal, or an outburst over something trivial. You might find yourself asking, what was that? Why such a strong reaction to so little? This sudden shift, this uncharacteristic irritability, is one of the most common, yet often misunderstood, signs that something deeper is at play. It leaves you puzzled, perhaps even hurt, wondering what truly lies beneath this unexpected emotional turn. To understand these sudden emotional shifts, we must look at the brain. It's not always just about memory. The very control center for emotions can be compromised. Conditions like dementia, Alzheimer's, or even mild cognitive impairment often begin to subtly impact the brain's frontal lobe. This crucial area, located right behind your forehead, is responsible for a host of executive functions: personality, decision-making, social behavior, and most importantly, emotional regulation and impulse control. As changes occur within this landscape, the brain's ability to filter reactions, to process feelings calmly, or to inhibit an immediate angry response starts to weaken. It's a physiological change, not a deliberate choice, leading to profound shifts in how emotions are experienced and expressed. Imagine, for a moment, living in a world where familiar social cues become a tangled mess, or where even small changes in routine feel like a massive, unsettling disruption. As cognitive function declines, the ability to understand and navigate these complexities diminishes. This can lead to intense frustration and anxiety. When a senior struggles to process what's happening, or finds themselves unable to articulate their feelings effectively, that pent-up distress can erupt as an outburst or an irritable response. It's not that they intend to be unkind. It's a direct consequence of their brain struggling to manage and express emotions in the way it once could. Their internal world has become a jumble, and words may simply fail them. While you can't fix the underlying neurological changes, you can create an environment that minimizes emotional distress. First, simplify communication. Use short, clear sentences and allow plenty of time for a response. Maintain a predictable daily routine, as this provides a sense of security and reduces confusion. Reduce overstimulation by lowering noise levels, avoiding crowded places, and ensuring a calm, familiar setting. Most importantly, practice immense patience and understanding. Remind yourself that these outbursts are often not personal attacks, but symptoms of an internal struggle. Your calm presence and empathetic response can be a powerful, soothing force, helping them navigate these new emotional realities with dignity and less fear. Now, let's move forward to number 2, unexplained agitation and outbursts. Sometimes, what appears to be a sudden shift in mood or an angry outburst isn't rooted in emotional changes, but in a profound physical discomfort that they can't express. You might observe increased restlessness, pacing, or an inability to settle down. A loved one who was once calm may now seem constantly on edge, easily startled, or even lash out when you try to help them adjust their position or move. These behaviors are often dismissed as just being difficult or moody, but they can be a desperate, unspoken cry for help from a body experiencing pain. Are you missing these silent, physical signals? For many seniors, pain doesn't always present as a clear complaint. Years of stoicism, a fear of being a burden, or even cognitive impairment can make it incredibly difficult for them to articulate their discomfort. They may not say, "My knee hurts," but their body is still sending signals. Conditions like chronic arthritis, neuropathy, or even persistent headaches can become a constant, nagging presence. This untreated, unexpressed pain then manifests indirectly as emotional volatility. It erodes patience, fosters irritability, and can lead to sudden bursts of anger, a refusal to cooperate, or a quiet, frustrated withdrawal. Understanding this unspoken language of pain is crucial for their comfort. Imagine living with a constant, nagging discomfort, day in and day out. It would undoubtedly wear down anyone's patience and emotional reserves. For seniors experiencing chronic pain, this is often their daily reality. The persistent sensation of unease makes it harder to tolerate minor annoyances, leading to a shorter temper and increased frustration. What might have been a calm response now becomes an angry word or a sharp retort. This constant physical burden can also disrupt sleep, causing fatigue that further exacerbates mood issues and can even contribute to feelings of hopelessness or depression. Their emotional state becomes a direct reflection of their unmanaged physical suffering. You can be their most vital advocate in alleviating this distress. Begin by carefully observing nonverbal cues, grimacing, guarding a body part, restless movements, or changes in breathing. Document these observations and communicate them clearly to their doctor. While professional medical advice is essential for pain management, you can also provide immediate comfort. Gentle touch, warm compresses, comfortable positioning with pillows, and ensuring soft clothing can make a significant difference. The goal is to ease their suffering, not just manage symptoms. Learning to read their pain and providing thoughtful comfort measures can transform their final year from suffering to moments of peace and dignity. Let's move on to number 3, sudden behavioral shifts linked to medication. It's a scenario many families encounter. A loved one starts a new prescription, or perhaps has a dosage adjusted, and suddenly their personality seems to shift. The sweet-natured individual you know becomes agitated, confused, or experiences uncharacteristic outbursts. Their mood swings can become more pronounced, their temper shorter, or they might seem unusually withdrawn after a medication change. It's natural to wonder if these are just part of their decline, but have you considered their medicine cabinet? Could the very medications intended to help them be the hidden culprit behind these alarming emotional changes? Many seniors, especially those managing multiple chronic conditions, are often on what can be described as a chemical cocktail of medications. Certain classes of drugs are known to have mood-altering side effects. Sedatives can cause confusion or increased agitation. Steroids may lead to irritability or even euphoria. And anticholinergic medications, common for various conditions, can profoundly impact cognitive function and mood. Furthermore, the phenomenon of polypharmacy, taking multiple medications, significantly increases the risk of adverse drug interactions. These interactions, sometimes subtle, can drastically alter a person's mood, behavior, and emotional stability, creating shifts that are often mistaken for natural aging or cognitive decline. Your role as an observer is absolutely vital here. To identify medication-induced shifts, start by keeping a detailed medication log. Note down every new prescription, any dosage adjustments, and the date these changes occurred. Then, meticulously track any corresponding shifts in mood or behavior. Is there a pattern? Did the new outburst or increased confusion begin shortly after a specific medication was introduced or altered? Also, look for other accompanying side effects, such as increased drowsiness, dizziness, or changes in appetite, which often accompany mood alterations caused by medications. Your careful observations can reveal the truth and provide invaluable clues. Once you've noted potential patterns, it's crucial to act. Don't hesitate to question. Schedule a comprehensive medication review with their doctor and pharmacist. Bring your detailed log and clearly articulate your concerns. You should advocate for a deprescribing review, where healthcare providers carefully assess if any medications can be safely reduced or stopped, especially those with known mood-altering side effects. Open communication and a proactive stance can lead to significant improvements in emotional well-being. This simple yet impactful step could alleviate unnecessary distress and bring a much-needed sense of calm back into their life and yours. Let's move on to number 4, increased isolation and snappiness. You might notice a loved one gradually withdrawing from activities they once enjoyed, spending more time alone, or even actively resisting social invitations. Then, when you gently try to encourage them to engage or offer help with tasks they once managed independently, they lash out with surprising frustration or anger. This isn't just a mood. It's often a profound emotional response to a deeper sorrow. When independence fades, frustration often takes its place. Is their sudden snappiness or withdrawal merely a mask for the grief and helplessness they feel over their declining abilities? For a generation that often prided itself on self-reliance and independence, the gradual loss of capabilities is not just a physical change, it's an emotional earthquake. Imagine the psychological impact of losing the ability to drive, to manage your own finances, or even to perform simple daily tasks like cooking or dressing without assistance. These losses strip away a sense of control and purpose. This profound shift can trigger deep feelings of helplessness, anger, and grief. The frustration of no longer being able to do what was once easy can manifest as irritability, lashing out at those trying to help, or a quiet, internal battle that leads to emotional withdrawal. This emotional landscape often becomes a cruel, self-reinforcing cycle. Frustration over physical or cognitive limitations can cause a senior to lash out at caregivers or loved ones. Following these outbursts, feelings of guilt, embarrassment, or even shame can then lead to further social withdrawal and isolation. They might avoid situations where they fear they'll embarrass themselves or be unable to cope. This isolation, in turn, exacerbates feelings of loneliness and helplessness, making them more prone to future outbursts. It's a negative feedback loop that can rapidly accelerate emotional decline. Understanding this cycle is the first step toward finding ways to break it. Breaking this cycle requires thoughtful intervention and unwavering compassion. Focus on what they can still do rather than what they cannot. Help them discover new, adapted hobbies or activities that offer a sense of achievement, no matter how small. Gently encourage social interaction, but respect their boundaries and offer quiet, one-on-one connections rather than overwhelming group settings. Crucially, validate their feelings of loss and frustration without judgment. Acknowledge their grief over lost independence. By fostering a sense of continued purpose and connection, even amidst limitations, you can help them reclaim dignity and joy in their final year. Finally, let's explore number 5, sensory sensitivity and reactivity. Have you ever witnessed a loved one become unexpectedly overwhelmed or agitated in what seems like a perfectly normal environment? A bustling family gathering that suddenly causes them to retreat. A television volume that feels fine to you but prompts an angry demand for silence. Or even a change in lighting that triggers distress. It's baffling, leaving you to wonder how seemingly innocuous external factors can suddenly become powerful emotional triggers. For many seniors in their final year, their world can become too loud, too bright, or simply too much, leading to sudden, profound shifts in mood. As we age, our sensory organs naturally decline. Eyesight dims, hearing becomes less acute, and peripheral vision narrows. While this is expected, for someone nearing the end of life, these changes can lead to profound misinterpretation and confusion. Furthermore, cognitive decline often reduces the brain's ability to filter out irrelevant stimuli. What's normal background noise or activity for you can become a chaotic, overwhelming assault for them. Their internal filters are breaking down, making it impossible to process the sheer volume of sensory information. This overload can trigger a primal fight-or-flight response, manifesting as anxiety, agitation, or even an angry outburst. Understanding common triggers is key. Loud televisions, crowded rooms, unfamiliar places, or even multiple conversations happening at once can become overwhelming. Sudden changes in routine, new faces, or unexpected visitors can also be incredibly disorienting. For a senior experiencing increased sensory sensitivity, these triggers can rapidly escalate into agitation, paranoia, intense anxiety, or angry outbursts. They may feel threatened or lost, unable to communicate their distress. A simple trip to the grocery store, a vibrant family gathering, or an appointment that deviates from their usual schedule can unleash a storm of emotions that you might find difficult to comprehend without this knowledge. You possess the power to transform their environment into a peaceful sanctuary, significantly minimizing these emotional triggers. Start by simplifying their home. Reduce clutter, ensure soft, even lighting, and control noise levels, perhaps by using gentle background music instead of a loud television. Create predictable, consistent routines, as familiarity provides immense comfort. Designate a quiet, calm space where they can retreat when feeling overwhelmed. By thoughtfully modifying their surroundings and respecting their increased sensitivity, you can reduce agitation and anxiety, maximizing their comfort and well-being. This creates an environment where they feel safe, understood, and at ease, transforming their world. As we come to the end of this video, take a moment to reflect on the insights we've uncovered. We've explored 5 crucial signs that can help decode sudden mood swings and emotional outbursts in the elderly. Neurological changes affecting emotional regulation, the unspoken language of unmanaged pain, the often overlooked impact of medication side effects, the profound emotional toll of losing independence, and the overwhelming nature of environmental sensory overload. These factors are often interconnected, weaving a complex tapestry of signals from the body and mind. Recognizing these isn't about finding blame, but about understanding the deeper messages being conveyed. This understanding isn't just knowledge. It's a superpower that transforms frustration into profound connection. It encourages a fundamental shift in how you perceive and react to these emotional changes. Instead of taking an outburst personally, you can now consider the underlying cause, whether it's a physiological shift, unaddressed discomfort, or a feeling of helplessness. This shift from personal offense to empathetic inquiry is incredibly powerful. It allows you to de-escalate difficult situations with compassion, offering reassurance rather than argument, and fostering a sense of peace for everyone involved. In the final stages of life, what matters most isn't how much a loved one can do, but how much love and peace they feel. The goal often shifts from trying to fix every issue to simply providing comfort, dignity, and a sense of belonging. Cherishing quiet moments, sharing gentle reassurance, and ensuring they feel loved and valued become paramount. Your presence, your understanding, and your unwavering support create an environment where dignity thrives, making their remaining time as comfortable and meaningful as possible. Your story matters, and your experiences can enlighten others. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one insight you gained today and how you plan to use it to support a loved one or yourself. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our future content. This path, while challenging, is one you do not have to walk alone. Many families have navigated these waters, and with knowledge, patience, and love, you too can find strength and peace. Remember that your efforts to understand and adapt are a testament to your compassion, creating a legacy of dignified care. You are making a profound difference in their final journey. Thank you for joining us today. Your commitment to understanding and supporting your loved ones is truly inspiring. We look forward to seeing you in our next video, where we'll continue to explore ways to empower you and those you care for, ensuring a life filled with comfort, dignity, and peace.